Hi guys, how you doing? It's been nice talking to all of you, meeting up with you guys on Zoom. I promise I'm going to get better at it, but I really enjoyed seeing some of you. Hopefully you'll be able to join me next week, same time, same place. I'll send the invites on your school email. All right, today we're going to do chapter 4. Go ahead and turn in by Monday all the questions from 1 to 4. If you've turned in individual one, that's fine. I'll figure it out. All right, here it goes. Chapter 4. Elena was like the weather vane on top of Senor Mendoza's house. She picked up on every change in the wind, no matter how slight. The day after my birthday, she seemed more alert than ever. She followed me everywhere I went, a silent little shadow. I ignored her. I didn't talk to her, nor look her in the eye. I tried to hide it, but she sensed my excitement about Papa's letter. I had to tell Elena about my trip across La Linea. I couldn't put it off any longer. The sooner she knew the truth, the sooner she would get used to the idea. Late Friday afternoon, I dug out my last few pesos. I'd take Elena to San Jacinto. I'd buy her a mango ice cream, her favorite, and tell her in public. Maybe she'd behave if we were around other people. Let's go to town, Elena, I said. We'll get some ice cream and hang out. She squinted her eyes and frowned slightly. I never asked her to have fun with me. She didn't trust in my invitation. Okay. She was too glad to go to refuse my offer. On the edge of San Jacinto, Elena stopped. She pulled up her special pink t-shirt, the one Mama had sent from California, so her belly button showed for the whole world to see. You look trashy. Cover up. I reached over with both my hands and jerked her up her t-shirt. Sorry, jerked down her t-shirt. Made a mistake. Mensa, idiot. You're dishonoring our name. Elena backed up and tugged at her jeans. They moved lower on her hips. She hooked her thumbs in her belt loops and stuck her chin out defiantly. No, tú no eres nadie para juzgar, she said. Who are you to judge? I looked her up and down. My sister was pretty. She really didn't need to show skin for boys to notice her. I could scold her about dishonoring the family, but I wasn't her parent, and she knew it. She wasn't about to let me tell her how she could dress. Elena reached deep into the pockets of her jeans and pulled out an envelope. She chewed each fingernail off, way down, a sure sign that she was worried about something. Her slender fingers fumbled with the letter. Abuelita got this the other day, she confessed. It's from Mama. I'm sorry I couldn't show it to you before. Don't be mad at me. I grabbed the paper roughly, jerking it out of Elena's grasp. It was Mama's usual letter, full of news. There was even a new photo of the twin sisters we'd never seen, 3-year-old Maria and Liliana. They sat almost as if they were one, hands clasped, their lips turned up in identical grins, deep dimples on each cheek. Their noses crinkled up at the same way, and their faces were framed by curly black hair. I held the picture by one corner and stared. How was it possible to have sisters I'd never seen? Did you read the last paragraph, Miguel? Elena asked nervously. Do you think Mama means it? Do you think we'll go soon? I read it aloud, Elena mouthing each word with me. We've all been working hard, overtime. We almost have enough money for you and Elena. It won't be long. Te prometo, I promise. Please take good care of Abuelita. You're all she has now. Elena was ignoring the truth of Mama's words. I gave her an exasperated look. She knew the way it worked. She knew Papa's plan. Papa went first. Mama followed. I was next. Elena would be the last. Papa sent us one by one, waiting until he had money in hand. Come on, Elena, I steered her toward the plaza. Elena got mango, I got chocolate, and we sat side by side on one of the splintered benches on the edge of La Plaza. Two señoras, two ladies, the ancient Dominguez Cuatas, the old Dominguez twins, sat on the far side, string bags at their feet. They folded their arms and gossiped in small voices, their chins on their chest. Don Ramiro sat dozing in a chair, and two other men played a slow game of checkers under the tree. Three little boys kicked a soccer ball in and out of an empty wading pool at the edge of the plaza. The blue concrete was cracked and stained with rust from the drain. "This place is dead," Elena said, licking her cone. She gestured at me. "Then La Plaza, then beyond, to include the whole town." "Thanks a lot," I said. "Y qué?" "So what?" "You know what I mean." She looked out at the deserted town. There should have been lots of people out that time of day. She was right. San Jacinto had been emptied of young men. A few had left because they wanted to. Most left because they had to. There was no work, nothing worth doing, just odd jobs here and there that paid a few pesos, not enough to feed a whole family. "Who'd want to stay any more?" Elena continued. "Even the girls are leaving now if they can. Just last month, Jesusita left with her new boyfriend of hers." "She's 16, Elena." I made 16 sound like 60. Old, really old. "Tú qué sabes? What do you know?" "You're barely 15, Miguel. You're hardly even older than me," Elena said angrily. It was the biggest insult she could think of. It was also how she saw the world. In her mind, the 18 months that separated us were nothing. If I was old enough to do something, then she was too. She stood up and threw the last third of her ice cream on the dried up grass beneath my feet. That was Elena's way of telling me that she knew I'd be going. It was her way of telling me what a chicken I was for keeping it a secret. "It's not fair, Miguel. It's just not fair." Elena turned and started running down Avenida Principal, out of town. She went right down the center of the road. There weren't any cars to worry about, or boys to impress, so she ran fast, kicking the red dirt. It mixed with the sweat, reddening her face, ruining her pretty pink shirt. End of chapter 4. Okay, again, turn in your questions. They'll be in the usual place. And I hope everybody has a very nice holiday. No school on Friday, tomorrow. And happy Easter, everybody. Bye.